everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Dave Yosta. I'm the president of the Managed Service Provider Association in America. Today, we are joined by Stephen Frank from TD SYNNEX. Stephen, how are you?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So for those of you who are watching, we are currently at MSP Expo in Fort Lauderdale, where MSPs gathered once a year. And today, we have the privilege of speaking with Stephen from TD SYNNEX. Stephen, what is TD SYNNEX? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so TD SYNNEX is the world's largest IT distribution company. So we focus on software, hardware, and professional services for our MSPs and VARs that partner with us. We're able to help them source cloud, security. We can assist with data and IoT, AI, as well as professional services. So we can actually put their shirt on, go in and help them with some of the larger implementations and make sure that they're able to carry it across the finish line.
So let me go back to something you just said. You said also professional services. So does that mean if an MSP wants to utilize your services, they essentially could be a supplement to their technical support team? Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah. So our professional services organization, run by Joe Patillo, great guy, we can do both remote and on-site work. And we're not there to replace what you're doing, simply there to supplement, as you mentioned. So, whether it be something complex like a NOC, SOC, or a help desk, down to just simple things like a migration. We can certainly help installations on site, whatever it may be. And we will put on the MSP's t-shirt if they need us to. It can be white label, white glove, and just make sure that they have everything they need and they're able to finish the job.
So you mentioned MSPs a lot in there. So for folks who don't know, MSPs, managed service providers, right? Your target audience, is that MSPs or do you service the general community as well?
So TD SYNNEX as a whole, we service all resellers, VARs, MSPs, large to small. I reside in our SMB and MSP organization under John Phillips, and I manage our MSP Sales Organization. So my business is solely focused on managed service providers.
And does the company partner with other brand names at all?
Yes, as far as vendors, in the MSP space, think Microsoft, AWS, Google, things that are running inside the cloud like a Red Hat. Backups like Veeam, stuff like that. And then on the hardware side, everything from the workstations like Lenovo, Dell, HP, Intel, pretty much every name brand you can think of is on our line cards.
So walk me through the steps. So if an MSP is looking for XYZ service or package, how do they go about getting on board with you guys?
Yeah, so getting on board with us is very simple. It's free to sign up for an account, and you could actually reach out to myself or my team. My email is stephen.frank@tdsynnex.com. Or you can reach out to MSP FAE team at tdsynnex.com. Both of those go directly to myself as well as my team, and we can help you. It's very simple. You fill out an application, we get your account set up, and then we're able to help you from beginning to end with any opportunities that you're working on.
Are there any specifics required in that application?
You got to be a business, have a tax ID, things like that. Yes. But overall, outside of that, from a financing standpoint, we have lots of tools. So if you're not looking for a credit limit, we can do credit card payments, wire transfer. We have our own internal financing arm called TD SYNNEX Capital that's there to assist to make sure that you can close any and every opportunity.
Okay, great. So once an MSP comes on board with you, they've gone through the application process, they're now able to purchase those services from you, right?
That's correct, yes.
Is there a limit or is there a cap based on the history that an MSP is a member of yours?
There is not. No, there's no limitation. There's no minimum requirement for our professional services. These are all custom services, so we will help you build out the scope of work, SOW, from beginning to end, help you with the legal language, travel and expenses, making sure it's done exactly to the expectations of your end user, and then as well help you deliver it, obviously, from a professional services standpoint.
So I want to focus on the professional services a little bit, because I think that's kind of critical in this world that we're in. So an MSP who does not have professional services in the sense of technical support, can they utilize your company 100% as a technical support resource?
They can, yes. If they need to use us for 100% of their technical support, we do have the resources and we are able to do that. We build it out, and keep in mind, as a managed service provider and a partner of TD SYNNEX, you do get these at a discounted rate. So you're able to mark these up, add your margin into it, stay sticky with your customer without having to give the opportunity up to one of your competitors.
Okay. Is there a type of MSP you like to work with, whether large, small, is anything like that?
All of them. Personally, I love helping small businesses thrive and continue to grow and scale, and we have a lot of resources in place that allow that. Small MSPs are great, but we work with small, medium, large MSPs, helping them with the same things across the board. Whether it's a one-man shop up to a couple thousand employees, we're there to assist.
Great. And you have people all across the country, is that correct?
We do, yes. All around the globe, to be honest.
Okay.
We are the globe's leading IT distributor, so we can help you around the globe, throughout the United States, obviously, mainland as well as Alaska, Hawaii. We can certainly help you out.
Can you give us an idea of what kind of software services or packages that you guys provide to MSPs?
Yeah, so from a package standpoint, obviously we have Microsoft, AWS, Google. So the cloud environments, GCP, Azure, AWS. We can help you from beginning to end as much as you need. We have platforms like Click to Run, which are some pre-baked things. I think Red Hat OpenShift running on Azure. It's actually a pre-baked platform that we've built, and you just pretty much press play and it goes. And then you're able to implement and upload that into the end user's environment on our behalf. So those resources are there from a services standpoint. We can help you write the code. Let's say you're deploying those containers and then you want to automate with Red Hat Ansible, and then you want to back it up with a Veeam and do all that. We can actually help you as much as you need to get that whole solution built and then implement it in their environment so it's running correctly for you.
So you mentioned there that you help MSPs as well. I think in the MSP community, they like some sort of education, some sort of training component. Does your company assist with training resources as well?
We do, yes. It varies by vendor, but we do monthly webinars for just about every single one of our vendors. Microsoft, for instance, right now, obviously Copilot is a big thing in the AI world. It's just coming out. People are starting to implement it in their offices. And, we're doing webinars and doing trainings on that for all of our partners, not just MSPs, but everyone who partners with TD SYNNEX through our Microsoft organization. And some of these are run from a sales perspective. Some of them are technical. We do have certified engineers on staff. So from a training standpoint, there's really no limits. We can certainly assist in all areas. It's more or less tell us what you need and we'll make sure you get it.
You're not the first person today to mention AI.
I bet not. I probably won't be the last.
And I'm sure you're probably hearing it all over the place, right?
I am, yes.
So the big question right now in MSP world and tech world is, how do I use AI, one for themselves, but also how can they now start implementing AI for their clients to generate revenue?
Oh man, this is good practice. So tomorrow morning, I'm actually speaking on monetizing AI services on a panel at 10 a.m. So come see me. But from an AI standpoint, using it for themselves, a big thing I see is marketing. Right, a lot of smaller MSPs just don't have the budget for marketing, or they just don't know how to do marketing, which is not a bad thing. But AI can actually help you generate some of those marketing materials, which then in return brings in money to your business. Right, it gets the word out. From a services side of the house, I look at it as kind of a 3-tiered layer.
Okay.
With Copilot, for example, coming out, you don't want to just go into your end user and give every single person access to Copilot. It's artificial intelligence. Some people just don't need it. Starts, crawl, walk, run, I would say.
Sure.
Right now, AI is kind of the wild, wild west. There's 1,000 new products coming out every single day. And, everybody's eager to get their hands on them, but at the same time, they don't quite know what to do with those products sometimes. So, doing like this is just an example, bronze, silver, gold kind of services rollout to X amount of users using Copilot, and incorporate that into your services package in those tiers to make sure that you're able to handle that. Because with the AI is going to come a lot of data and analytics, depending on what they're using it for, physical security, cameras to just try to make a restaurant more efficient, right? Calculating who's doing what. There's a lot of things that go into that. So my biggest advice is crawl, walk, run. Don't just go all in and give everybody access, but also incorporate that into your services package and monetize that, and make sure that you're offering that to your end users, but in a way that makes you money, but at the same time understand that it's going to increase your workload. So make sure you're charging for that.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot to digest, and I think it's going to probably change next week. To be honest,
it will probably by the end of the day.
Yeah, probably, right? So you're here at MSP Expo, and you said you're speaking tomorrow, right?
I am, yes, sir. 10 a.m.
Okay. Is this your first year here?
No, we've been here the past several years. I myself have been here. Always look forward to the show. It's a great show. Lots of great MSPs in attendance, as well as other partners.
So if you can give me this bit of insight. So you've been at all of these shows for the last years. After these shows that you go to, have you seen a greater interest in technology trends that are developing after these kinds of shows?
I have, yes. And on our side, it's kind of more or less diversifying the MSP portfolio.
Okay.
Historically, we see a lot of cloud and security, and that was pretty much it in the managed service provider space, and MSSPs as well. They're starting to realize they can sell the workstation, sell the Lenovo desktop, sell the Logitech cameras, Jabra headsets, whatever it may be. And that way they stay more sticky with their end user. and there's not another company in there selling this hardware to their end users. So I see them adopting a lot of these technologies where people are here presenting at this show. I've seen a lot of great vendors in the expo hall, and then leaving these shows, we see them coming back asking about these technologies, wanting to implement it, wanting to be able to sell it, and reaching out to us for resources on how to do so.
So you guys are doing services and you supply to VARs, etc. Do you also do the hardware component as well?
We do, yes. From a services standpoint, we can do software, hardware, both remote and on-site.
And so, multiple brands, right?
Absolutely. I want to say we have over 2,000 vendor lines on our line card. From all the major players, and then we actually have a team who does their vendor acquisition team, where they're actually going in and recruiting new vendors and looking for the new and shiny objects basically that are out there that MSPs are looking for, and helping them get onboarded on our line cord so the MSPs can actually reach them.
Yeah, I know for myself, there are definitely some brands that I prefer not to use versus some brands I do prefer to use. And I think everyone's like that, right?
Absolutely. And we have MSPs who, they have their kind of set lineup of vendors that they use, and they kind of stick to that. That's their structure, which I encourage. You don't want to be a jack of all trades, master of none type of thing. When you're a managed service provider, you're in charge of everything, so you want to make sure you understand every piece of equipment.
That's another topic which has been coming up that I'm hearing a lot through a lot of places is, MSPs should focus on, core essential services that they're good at. The MSPs that are focusing on a wide range of services tend to get hit a little bit harder than others. I'm sure you probably see that as well.
We do, yeah. And what I would say to that is, going back to our professional services, some of those areas where you don't have the expertise or you don't have an engineer, go back to the Red Hat containers, right? We have a Red Hat certified engineer on staff. We have services that can be performed on Red Hat. You don't have to be the expert at everything. Do what you're best at and allow us to fill in those gaps and help you out.
Okay, well, that's fantastic news. So thanks very much for being here and giving us that insight. Before we close, is there any closing comments you'd like to say to our viewers?
Yeah, reach out to me if you have any questions. If you don't work with TD SYNNEX, if you do work with TD SYNNEX and you're a current partner, I encourage you to reach out, whether it be via LinkedIn or my personal email. Again, that's steven.frank@tdsynnex.com. I'm happy to chat with you, help you out. If you heard anything you liked in this, then let me know and we'll get you set up.
Steven, thanks so much. So everyone here, so the website is below down there on the screen. So feel free to go to the website, reach out to Steven. If you need to reach out to him, he is on LinkedIn. You can also find him through this video. Please reach out to him, and maybe there's some sort of synergy between you and whoever reaches out to you.
We sure hope so. We look forward to speaking with everyone.
Well, thank you so much. And everyone that may be coming to MSP Expo tomorrow, we hopefully we see you soon, and there's a lot going on. So see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. And thanks, Steven, for being here.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.